all. So let's start today a new topic. How about protein deficiency? Yes. So nowadays we know that the people are behind the protein. Some of them are again hesitant to take the protein. So what is the reality actually? So we know that there are three macronutrients. They are carbohydrate, fat and proteins actually. How much protein does we need in our body? So we need actually, if you are a 48 kilogram person of body weight, at least 1 gram, that is 48 gram of protein is needed for your body. There are people still who are not taking even 25 gram of protein in their diet, and they are mostly on carbohydrates. So we know that we are brought up to an age by taking a lot of carb actually, isn't it? Maybe in the form of rice, or it may be in the form of chapatis or dosha, etc. But where are we failing? When I take the case history of many patients, I am so astonished. They don't love to take any side dishes like pulses, etc. So if they are not taking the side dishes like pulses, fish, milk, etc., along with this, how they are going to get protein? So I decided to do this video. So what happens if there is protein deficiency in your diet? First main thing is that many of you will be experiencing hair loss. So for this hair loss, you may be using many expensive hair oils. But what is happening if there is not sufficient protein in your diet? Definitely the hair loss is going to happen. Brittle hair, or else I can see that many of the kids nowadays, 22 or 23 years, okay, sorry, not kids, they're youngsters, isn't it? Yeah. At this age, they are developing thinning of the hair and the scalp. So what does this thinning of the hair and the scalp indicate? They are going into a stage of baldness. So dears, at least try to include some protein in your diet. Without including protein in your diet, you can get a strong hair or strong keratin, because keratin is a protein that is helping for the hair. Okay, how about the skin? Nowadays it is sad to tell many of the youngsters, some of them they wanted to reduce the weight and everyone are using this easy hacks. So when they go with this easy hacks, what is happening? Yeah, many of them are going with calorie restrictions, etc. So when we are going with the calorie restrictions, the elasticity of the skin is gone. So when the elasticity of the skin is gone, you may be reducing the weight, but you may be looking like a 40-year-old person even in your 20 years. So this must not happen. So when your elasticity of the skin is lost, you will be having dry skin, flaky skin. So this is not good. So you have to include protein in your diet for a healthy hair and a healthy skin. And what's the third main point? Muscles. We know that after an age, many of them are telling, during my school and college days, I was having a perfect muscle and a perfect shape for my muscles. But nowadays, what is happening? Check your diet. There itself you will get. And one main thing is actually, we are undergoing a lot of wear and tear during our exercise timings. So, when we undergo this wear and tear, how this wear and tear is happening? Because the cells are trying to rectify our functions. So because for that they need protein actually. If sufficient amount of protein is not there, then you will be experiencing muscle pain, muscle ache, etc. So try to include protein in your diet. Don't think like that today itself let me go and purchase a protein powder and all. No. Let's go with the homemade food. So when we go with the homemade pulses and all, it itself can give you sufficient amount of protein. And next main thing is that satiety. So many of them, I can see that most of them full love the carbohydrate food. Okay. When we take the carb food, at that time you will be having a satiety feeling. But after a 1 or 2 hours, you are again feeling so hungry. So when you are including the protein in your diet, you will not be feeling that unnecessary hungry feeling. But if you are not including this in your diet, there are chances where you can land up in junk food. Junk food is containing not at all any nutritional value. And there are chances where you can develop again cholesterol, thyroid diseases, etc. So, if we include the proteins in the form of pulses in your diet, it can give you a form of satiety. And one main thing let me try to add here. Some of them used to complain when I try to take the protein, what happens is that I am developing bloating. I am not telling you to first of all go with the sprouts formation or else not to go with the curry forms. If your digestive system is so weak, there is an easier way how you can consume the protein. Try to make it in the form of soup, easily digestible soup. It is healthier version also for you. So try to include proteins in this form. And next main thing is that we know that nowadays when we get a wound, if it is not healing properly, we will be going to a doctor. The first main question the doctor will be asking us, do you have diabetes or do you have any history of arthritis in your home? So what does these two indicate? Yes, during the diabetes phase and also during the arthritis phase also we can develop these things. But if there is not any sufficient protein in our diet, then what happens? Here also the wound is not healed properly. So let's include protein in our diet. And also if you had undergone any surgery and anything, the first thing the doctor will be telling you in the prescription is include more protein in your diet for the wound healing. And next main thing is immunity level. Nowadays none of them is having high immunity level, isn't it? So what is immunity? If at all you are getting any fever and thing, yearly once no problem, but in every month if you are getting fever, is it a good thing? And also you must, whenever you are trying to recover from that, suddenly if your body is keeping on undergoing many infections, what it is indicate? Your gut microbiota is not working properly and your body is not getting enough protein, because the proteins are helping to build the T cells and lymphocyte and monocyte. Okay, so without these things, because these are our protectors against infections. So if these protectors are not having enough stamina or enough energy, or if they are not protecting our body in the correct time, then what is the use? You will be prone to infections. So you know what to do now with your diet. And next main thing is that anemia. Nowadays we can see a lot of women are suffering from anemia, and most of them what they are doing is that they are giving everything to their kids, to their husband, but self-care is not at all happening here. When the self-care is not at all happening here, one main thing is that you will be feeling bloated, you will be having swelling all over the body, you will be having body pain. But these all is indicating there is definitely a protein deficiency inside your body. So try to include proteins in your diet. Because the cells are not getting enough nutrition, your cell membrane is not working properly. So you have to include proteins. And mood swings. Here what happens is that your neurotransmitters are not working properly. If your neurotransmitters are not working properly, you will not be able to take a proper decision. You will be confused. And because of that, you will be having many problems with memory, etc. And you will be in a confused state. What is happening to my body? So these all functions are actually done by protein. So include sufficient protein in your diet. And if you are having swelling in all part of the body, it indicates if you are having any edema, any anemia or any infection, always include protein soups in your diet, because it can help your body a lot. And finally, who are the most important people who need protein? Yes, kids. Kids need different type of proteins. Nowadays, the kids are not having enough immunity, and many of the parents used to complain. They are not performing well in their exams, their study, they are always feeling tired. So instead of the junk food, let's give them the homemade food in the form of the pulses, in the form of porridge, milk, meat, green gram, lentils, blood gram. So these are some of the sources of protein. So try to include these items in their diet and in your diet also, for a healthier protein in your body. Hoping that these informations were helpful for you. Have a great day.